Isaac Middle School in Phoenix, Arizona, and
the Channel One News starts right now!
Deep from the darkness comes a shout I can hear.
Thanks for getting us started, Carlos. We love it when you guys help us out. And now it's time for headlines. And Ali, you have some record-breaking news in the science world?
That's right, Jess. It's been called the largest and most expensive science project ever. So let me break it down for you science fair style. The objective? Using a lab in Geneva, Switzerland to find out what the universe was like in the very first instant, the first trillionth of a second that it was created. The hypothesis? Scientists hope this experiment will help prove the Big Bang Theory that says the universe began after a super powerful explosion and then expanded over time. The materials? The LHC, or the Large Hadron Collider, a $10 billion underground machine that fires protons, or one part of an atom, at each other through a 17-mile long tunnel. The procedure? Scientists will make particles collide. Particles that are so tiny, getting them to collide is like firing tiny needles at each other from more than 6 miles apart. And the results? This week, the LHC broke its own record for those high-energy collisions. The proton beams crashed into each other with 3 times more force than ever before. And that's a big deal because it's the first time the scientists will be able to check out these new particles that were created after the collision. And as for the conclusion, nothing yet. It's going to take months to analyze the data.
And I've got the next story. It could be lights out for menthol cigarettes. A 2-day hearing kicked off yesterday to look at evidence of menthol's impact on the health of people that smoke them. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, could eventually ban or phase out menthol cigarettes, although some anti-smoking advocates and industry analysts are skeptical that this will happen. And while the cigarette market is shrinking overall, the sale of menthol cigarettes continue to grow. Health advocates say the taste of menthol can be more addicting. They also said menthol was used as a lure for young smokers while also being marketed to black smokers, who have the highest rates of smoking-related disease. But tobacco company officials argued that there was no differing health risk between menthol and non-menthol products. Now, the panel is due to issue a report by March of 2011.
Thanks, Evan. And Sarah, you have an update on the Toyota situation?
We've been telling you about Toyota's troubles, and now rocket scientists are being called in to get to the bottom of the issue. The Transportation Department has asked NASA to look into Toyota's onboard computers and the possibility that electromagnetic interference may be the cause. But Toyota says faulty gas pedals and defective floor mats are to blame. So far, 8 million vehicles have been recalled worldwide, including 6 million in the U.S.
Well, that's a wrap of headlines, and coming up, we tell you why a 15-year-old is heading to the North Pole, and it's not to find jolly old Saint Nick.
The music you're hearing in today's show is by Jason Zerbin. Go to ChannelOne.com for artist info, photos, and more great new music.